No, he was making us a little hungry while he was back there. But
He
some
like the
teams
head
are
coach.
hungry. Man, some teams. Oh, he had the playbook.
I know.
Okay, all right. So it's even better. We got TTC Carl coming up, and he's gonna talk about his thoughts on the Pistons versus Knicks series. So while we bring Carl up, we're going to talk about just one quick thing. Jalen Brunson was compared to Allen Iverson last year in the playoffs by some of the moves that he made. And now some people are making songs about Jalen Brunson and saying that he pulled a Jordan on young Asar. I think it's
Sorry.
Asar.
Yeah.
Man, that boy was out there. But anyway, that was a clutch three. But I'll let Carl tell you more about this game when he comes up, man. All I'm gonna say is
I
it's
got
no
you.
more engine troubles for the Knicks. Vroom vroom. Add 'em up. There you go.
I got you.
Turn me up.
What? Hold on here, man. What kind of operation is this? Now, what's up with y'all, man? How y'all doing?
What up,
What's up,
Carl?
y'all? I'm all right, man. Better days, man. Better days.
Okay, Carl. Knicks 1-6. I mean, no, yeah, 6. There was a lot of games where it was up and down. It could have went either way. I mean, we heard you in the chats. For the people that are not in the chats, make sure you join the chat so you can get these live reactions from everybody during game day. But Carl, how you feeling, man?
I said it in the comments, man. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I was sad. I was hurt. I was stuck. The Tigers saved me. The Tigers saved me. They did win last night. Was down 4-2. Went up 7-2 like that, you feel me? But man, Pistons, man. I was hurt. Another home game where we blow another lead and the Knicks hit a big shot to take the lead late game and we just have no answer and we lose. To lose like that, well, game 3, y'all know I was on here during the draft show, so I missed that. But to lose like that in games 4 and 6, it's tough. Especially because those are games I felt like we should have won and we should have easily won this series. But we were young. We are young, excuse me. And we did know that going into the series and the lack of experience showed late game closing games out. So it sucks that we lost. It's a good experience. I don't subscribe to the whole notion of we're back. Oh, look at this. We're back. Da da da. No, it's a new season. Everybody tries to get better. You lose pieces, you gain pieces. You have to see what happens in the offseason. We're not like a Boston. We're not like a Minnesota where they got like their main core locked in for years to come. We might not have Threesley back. We might not have Schroeder back. Tobias would have one more year, and he's getting up there in age. Asar, he's here. Cade, he's here. Duren, I think Cade and Duren's contracts are both coming up, but I think they do get paid. I feel like I'm in a minority here. I know a lot of people are like, well, wait till we get Jaden Ivey back. I say move him. I say trading wise value is high. Love the kid. He's very talented. I don't know about the fit, however. And I feel like while his value is high and you see what we could do without him, you get some capital, maybe try to use him in a way to get Devin Booker. Devin Booker's from Michigan. So maybe try to do that. But I say move Jaden Ivey, re-sign Threesley, re-sign Schroeder, try to get you another guard in the draft that can get a bucket. Maybe try to get you a free agent big, the backup Duren and Stewart. But I do say the future is bright. I will say that, but I'm not going to say we're back. No, we're a little ways away from being a consistent playoff team.
Chill.
All right. First, before I go, I do want to say, tell Beasley chill. He ain't the best shooter in the world.
Oh yeah, I said that in the chat. I said, "Hey, bro, I'm depressed. I'm gonna ride with you." But no, it's 30 and it's Golden State. It's
The
quite
whole
easy.
solid best defender. I mean, I don't think he is, but he has a case though, in my opinion. He's just still young. You don't have enough work under this belt to say that yet. But best shooter, we all know the best shooter is. Come on. But anyways, Carl, shout out to y'all, man. I picked y'all losing 5 in a hard-fought series. Y'all lost in 6 in a hard-fought series. Literally every game was a tough series, tough game. And because of, I feel as though experience, mainly from your best player, I feel like he struggled to pick and choose when to turn it up, especially late in the fourth quarter. So, but y'all showed that y'all can win a series. Y'all just had to put a complete four quarters together. And it's funny because in game 5, the roles reversed. It's usually y'all beating up on the Knicks all game, and then the Knicks making the comeback towards the end of the game, and y'all lose the game. This time it was reversed. The Knicks was beating y'all up the whole game, and y'all made the comeback, took the lead. I think I was gonna win. They took the lead, and then it was like K missed like 2 shots in a row. And then they capitalized on every shot. I feel as though Asar Thompson, he probably felt bad. I said it in the chat. The offensive rebound he gave up, he didn't box out right there. He should have boxed out on Mikael Bridges. He was ball watching.
Yeah,
And then
he
said what?
He was too focused on Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, who he wasn't guarding. But Jalen Brunson got the shot up and he was watching the ball. And then Mikael got the offensive rebound. It was a big offensive rebound and that. But I do want to say this. K, I feel like K, he was not himself in game 5. So when I say not himself, not too much. I'm not going to kill K because I feel like K had a great series. K just young. K is still learning. This is his first series, first rodeo around the playoffs. But K, do y'all know in this game 5, was the most threes he's taken?
You're talking about game 6.
Game
5.
I can get sorry. And then lose a foul like some teams I know. They lost in 6. Sorry. But in game 6, K took the most threes he shot all series. He took 4 in game 1, 4 in game 2, 5 in game 3, 3 in game 4, 4 in game 5, and 8 in game 6. Took 8 threes, right? And the one I hated the most, the first one he took in the fourth quarter. I feel like he had a lane, but he took a step back 3. What are you doing? But anyways, and also, on contrary to that, right? While taking the most threes he ever taken, he shot the highest percentage he shot all series from 2-point range in that game.
Looked automatic from the mid range and below.
He shot a contested midi in that same fourth quarter after he shot that 3 and made it over. I'm like, do that more. But then he took about 3. The first one he just missed. The last 2, they were like forced floaters that he took, down the stretch.
Especially the last one.
Yeah, that was highly contested. It was the difficulty of that was high. But in game 1, from 2-point range, he shot 41%, then 58%, then 40, then 55, then 38, and 64%. He was money from 2-point range. So K remind me of SGA. When SGA last year in the playoffs, I felt like there were times when he doesn't understand when he's supposed to step in and take over. And K, I feel like he struggled with that too. This series. Can you look at the difference in the series? It was a 4 quarter. Right? It was a 4 quarter. Like the Detroit Pistons were winning the whole game. And then the 4th quarter, they just fumble. In the 4th quarter, Jalen Brunson, 66 points, 50 shots, 50% shooting. 4th quarter, K Cunningham, 43 points, which is like 4th in the NBA, by the way. It's pretty good. 32 shots, but 37% though. He didn't shoot well in the 4th quarter at all.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
Go ahead,
I was just going to say, I don't think his issue wasn't taking over. I think his issue was just knocking him down. Because in game 4, he was knocking him down. Cat and Jalen Brunson just hit some crazy shots, especially Cat. He hit the fadeaway leaning out of bounds over the backboard in the 4th quarter. And then that deep 3 to go up 1.
Come on.
That was crazy. But I wouldn't say K didn't know winning. I wouldn't say K wasn't being aggressive in the 4th. Just shots weren't falling in the 4th.
I think the South selection.
That could be. I could go with you there.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
that's different from SGA. I'm with you on that. That's true. But yeah, so all in all, this is a great learning experience. But Carl, you're exactly right. The way our roster is built, people say I'm young, but I got a lot of vets in that mix that could not be here for a long term. So I do think Dennis Schroeder was a big thing for y'all, but he's replaceable. But I thought he was a really good savvy vet for y'all. But people who y'all need to keep Beasley. Yeah, need to keep Malik Beasley. Tim Hardaway Jr., y'all can replace him, my opinion.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. But Malik Beasley, out of everybody you named for real, and Jalen, Duran, y'all need to keep him. I'm not sure what Isaiah Stewart contract looking like. Maybe
I think he has maybe one more year. I'm not sure either because
y'all might move on for him. Tell you the truth.
I don't know because I feel like he's like the backbone of the team. Like he is what the team embodies, and I don't think you can really replace that. I get skill
toughness.
wise. Yeah,
like
I get skill
Draymond-esque.
wise. Yeah, like I get skill wise. All right, you could say we can move on from him. But what he means to this team, the locker room, and stuff like that, I
Okay.
do think that's kind of irreplaceable.
I'm on with you. Okay, it's good. But yeah, but kudos to y'all, man. Kudos. 6. I know it was a loss, but y'all took them to 6.
I mean, I made some money off those losses.
So it's a win-lose situation you was in, huh?
Yeah, we lost, but I made a little bit of money.
That's what I'm saying. You get some Chipotle off of it, so it feels good. You know, at the end of the day.
You got Chipotle? How?
No, I'm talking about he
I
won
couldn't
money,
use
so he
my
can go back.
FanDuel money to buy the
Yeah,
Chipotle.
to go back.
Oh,
He thought somebody placed a bet. Nah.
No. I did. Well, I did. So funny story. I did place a bet with a Knicks fan that's not a part of the R2L community for $50. And in game 4, the Knicks were plus 500 to come back and win. So I took $10 and bet it, and it was 10 to win 60. So because I was like, if we lose this game 4 is over. So I took 10. It was 10 to win 60. And I was like, we win, cool. We tied up. I have us winning in New York. We lose, I think it's over. They go the money to pay him right here. And we lost. So I got my $10 back, and I got the 50 I owed him when game 6 was over, and I just sent him that 50 as soon as it was over.
Look, man, the gift that keeps on giving. Now,
sometimes you gotta be a little smart.
Especially when coming out of the HOA, we got a lot of we got ways to get there. But you being a founder of HOA and just seeing that your team got here, I mean,
co-founder.
I said you started it though, so
they kind of made us start this.
You're right. They called us roommates at first.
Yeah.
They talk bad about us, and now look at us. Teams your team actually had a chance to go to 7 games, and now they still trying to figure out what they're gonna do next year. But that's for Bibby and his pest control. I want to ask you one question because you said something about Jaden Ivey and trading him. What would you? I know you said something about Booker, but what would be another caveat or another piece that you feel like you can add to this team?
Well, to be honest, I haven't thought that much into the player specifically. I don't even think Jaden Ivey and some picks is enough for Booker, to be completely honest with you. But I just want a bucket getter, like another guy to alleviate some pressure off Cade. Because I felt like that's what we missed. We missed another guy that can consistently get a bucket. Like Tobias, he was good this series, I'm not going to lie. But was he consistent for both halves? That is very debatable. He would have a great half and then kind of go missing in another half. Now, part of that could be because he was guarding Cat, and obviously there's a clear size mismatch with that. But just another guy that can just get a bucket consistently to alleviate pressure off Cade. Cade don't have to play as many minutes, even though I'm not mad at that. He's still young. But like I said, a guy that can get a bucket. Or a backup big. I just think Jaden Ivey's value is high right now. He was having a good season before he got hurt. And I think we should take advantage. Like last 2 years ago, excuse me, 2 years ago,
the pollen crazy.
we had Bogdanovich, right? And I remember it was proposed that somebody was going to give us 2 first-round picks for Bogdanovich. And I was like, yeah, move off of him. He's not going to be here for the future. And it didn't happen. And then we barely got anything for Bogdanovich. I think we got I want to say Quentin Grimes and Alec Burks or something like that. It was something
that.
Very minute.
We made jokes about that in the chat, right?
Yeah. Javon was killing me. Like, why would you do that? He's part of your future. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not a part of our future. You sell high. And so I'm thinking the same way with Jaden Ivey.
But, oh man, I got a candidate for you.
I'm listening.
Cause Devin Booker, I don't think they're gonna trade him.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know. That's just wishful thinking because he's from Michigan.
Oh, Tomo guy.
Don't do it.
They talk about Brady Bill.
I knew it.
I saw that on YouTube today, and I almost punched my phone.
I knew it.
No, I'm sorry.
I ain't say trade for him. If they cut him, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't be mad if we signed him off a cut. But I'm not trading Jaden Ivey for Bradley Beal. No, I'm just sticking with Jaden Ivey at that point.
Nah, go ahead, though. I just wanted to ask that one question because you all touched on mainly the main points of the actual series itself. But I just wanted to ask you that one question because you brought it up.
No disrespect to Bradley Beal, by the way, but
from you. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, 4 years.
I'm about to say trading for Bradley Beal is that's basically saying you giving up on the season because winning don't go wherever he goes. I'm sorry. It's just
he got
that's
2 more years on contract though.
But he got a no trade clause.
Well,
What
I'm
you
pretty
mean?
sure
gonna
that
trade
would
him
be
in 2
waived.
years?
Yeah, if you trade him, is waived, but still no.
But you gonna trade him in 2 years? You on this year? He got 2 years left.
He has to want to go there for one. So
1,
it's still his
2,
choice.
too much money, and 3, no. He's like
Yeah, he
older.
getting
He's
paid
like
50 mil a year. Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Too
saying,
much
though.
money.
He could buy
Come on.
Detroit with that 50 mil.
Yo, he got a
Alright,
player option
alright,
for
you're
57
right.
million.
Yeah, no. And then not only that, he's probably what 32, 33.
How old am I?
He definitely in his 30s. He ain't young.
How old am I? He gotta be like 31. maybe.
57 million. That's quick. Go ahead, Dave. Dang,
Look,
that's crazy.
How old Bradley Beal?
Joe, when you started comparing him to somebody, the first person I thought about was Anthony Edwards. Because remember, it was just about shot selection. His shot selection maybe was the only issue to me, because there were times in the game, especially in the second half of the game when it was down to crunch time, when he was settling for shots. I'm like, Cade, just drive the ball, or get to your mid range, get to your spots, because he was making more than he was missing when he went to the mid range and he went to the paint. He had a better chance of making those shots. Now, yes, he didn't make every single layup he made, but that's chances to get to the line. That's forcing him into foul trouble. You already had OG Anunoby who was in foul trouble. You had Cat that was in foul trouble, so you could have forced them to get those guys out. That was to mean they bringing guys off the bench that aren't used to playing in playoff minutes. That gives K the extra ability to continue to drive it to the paint and get other guys involved. Now, a guy that I think they should clearly not bring back is Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm sorry. You don't bring him back. You don't bring that guy back. He had 2 games that was pretty good in this series, and that was what, game 3? Was it game 2 and game 3?
It was.
He had 24.
No, it was game 4.
I know he had 24 points in one game, and then 14 in the game right after that.
I want to say it was game 4. He had a coming out party. Let me double check. I'll get back to you.
But those are, other than that, he scored in single digits in every single game. And then he had a game where he didn't score nothing. He had 0 on the board. So I just don't. That's a guy you don't bring back. And that was a guy that was supposed to be a shooter for you, and he couldn't knock down a 3 at all in that game.
It was game 3.
Okay, yeah. So game 3, he had 24, and then in game 4, he had 14.
Yeah.
He had 19
So,
game 1.
Yeah, he definitely cooked game 1. I gotta give him his props. Him and Threesley cooked game 1. We just campaign happened, which never happened again in the series. That also made me mad.
Yeah. And then another thing when you want to talk about the series, it really came down to the fourth quarter, because they, other than game 1, every single game after that was a single digit loss for either team. The Pistons won by 6 in game 2. They lost by 2 in game 3, lost by 1 in game 4, won by 3 in game 5, then lost by 3 in game 6. Every single game was close. This was a really close series. They really could have won, but the inexperience is what caused them to lose, because you had Cade. Just his shot selection just wasn't good. And yeah, at times it did seem like he was kind of hesitant on kind of sort of taking over, sort of. But that's why I compared it to Ant more, because you see there are times when Ant can drive the ball and get to the paint, and he's just settling for threes. Like in game 5 against the Lakers, even though they won that game, they shot a lot of threes. They shot 47 threes in that game.
But that's different though, because Ant is a 3-point shooter. Cade isn't really a 3-point shooter. He's like a mid-range guy. That's a little different.
Yes, he is. But what I'm just talking about the shot selection period. I just feel like he settled for those longer shots instead of just getting to where his spots and getting to the paint. Now I think he had a really good postseason for his first postseason in the NBA. I think he had really good. He played really well. And Carl, I'm actually with you. I think he should have been the most improved player of the season, because he got the Pistons from being the worst team in the NBA the season before to becoming a playoff team, not a playing team, but a playoff team, and took the Knicks to 6. And
I do want to address that. I don't want to bring winning into that, because then I'll be contradictory of how I normally feel. I feel like most improved shouldn't really have anything to do with winning, because it's improvement of your game. But I do still think he should have been MIP. And I do feel like it's crazy how when Ja won MIP, nobody said these first and second overall picks shouldn't be winning MIP. But when Cade was in discussions for MIP, now all of a sudden these first overall picks shouldn't be MIP nominees. It's real crazy. I do want to address that.
I agree with you on that one. That is crazy that they only brought it up for Cade and they didn't bring it up then. But I think the Pistons' future is promising because you got a coach who's been in the playoffs multiple times before, and his first season there he got into the playoffs. So I think it's very promising as long as you figure some pieces around Cade and definitely do whatever you can to keep Malik Beasley. I believe if you build around this and you build around it the right way, the Pistons can definitely be a playoff consistent team.
Yeah, I think y'all with this playoffs. I think with the playoffs in the first time, you realize how important the regular season is to get a higher seed because the deeper you get into the playoffs, the better your team usually gets, the bigger the chemistry and all that stuff. So I think y'all will actually try to fight to get one of those top seeds. So y'all will be playing one of these low tier teams in the for like a.
Man, I don't know because we won on the road. We ain't necessarily won at home, so we might want to stay at the low seed. Give us a better chance.
That's in the regular season though. Y'all had the same identical record at home. Y'all did that way. That's crazy.
Man, it's crazy because we haven't won a playoff game at home still since 2008 when we beat Boston. And we lost it. I think we lost a series, but that was our last playoff win at home. So we're still in search for that. Relax, but it wasn't a shot. I was just throwing out a fact.
And that's crazy because
I can shoot for you. You be
on smoke.
And that's crazy. It's crazy he said that because the last 5 games in that series, the road team won every single game.
So, but
and it came down to the last few possessions. Nah.
Yeah, I do want to say this though, because I know y'all are killing Cade for shot selection, and I do think that's part of it. I think our main reason in those fourth quarters turnovers. We've had silly turnovers, and it's Cade. I've been telling y'all. Y'all told me to ignore it, and I've been telling y'all. I know Cade has been playing well, but these turnovers are my biggest pet peeve with Cade. And you're like, man, and a lot of people told me, well, you should ignore it. He's averaging like 25, 26, 7, and 8 or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. He has to stop these turnovers.
Because it's bad in game 4.
Yes. It's been bad the whole series. It's not just Cade. It's been the whole team, but it has been primarily Cade. And it rears its ugly head. It reared its ugly head, and we lost. It was real bad game 1. That's when we had the double-digit lead and campaign went crazy. But beyond campaign went crazy. I don't know if y'all remember. We had like 2-3 back-to-back turnovers that led to easy layups.
Turnovers.
So turnovers are also another issue. I think that was really our biggest issue for real, turnovers.
Yeah, and then I know you said every game said game 4, game 1 was close because it came down to the fourth quarter. Game 1 was legit the fourth quarter. That was the prime example of fourth quarter.
We were up like 10 or 11 and then went on a crazy drought because we kept turning the ball over and giving them easy buckets.
Man. Crazy. But,
well, I mean, the experience is there now. Oh, my goodness. Carl, you want to drop your last words, man? Tell the people where they can find you.
So last words. First of all, appreciate y'all for having me as always. CTC will be live next Thursday at 8:00 featuring Dave and Ace. We will be reviewing our ACC previews. Spoiler alert, I did pick the ACC champion, correct? But Tigers, first team to 20 wins in the American League. 2 years ago, I was getting laughed at. I was getting clowned. I was called a neighbor of the Nets. And now I spell the Nets with a G at the beginning because that's all they are. They're just a bug in my ear. Get them away out of here. 20-12, schoolball day tonight. Can't wait. Let's beat the Angels. Shout out Spencer Torkelson. Amazing turnaround. Went from probably one of the most hated Tigers on Twitter that I have seen to now one of the most beloved Tigers I have seen on Twitter. Tied for second in home runs from what I've saw. So shout out to him. Amazing turnaround. Pistons, we're going to be fine. Asar Thompson, get in the gym. Give me a midi. I don't want a 3-ball yet. Let's work our way up. Let's get a midi. Let's get some free throws in. Be a better free throw shooter. Love the defense. Love what I saw from you. Just can't. The first couple games, you looked unplayable on offense. I loved what I saw from you in game 5 and 6. Just need that a little bit more consistent. Cade, cut these turnovers. Ravens. Let's go, Lamar. That's all I got to say. With a guy Lamar, I'm good.
thought you was gonna come up with a little saying like
Nah,
some other
I don't
people
need
do.
to, bro. Everybody know what it is about Lamar.
Unless you're a Steelers fan, then they would say something different about Lamar.
That's because they live in delusion.
That is true. I do too, so I'm a Cowboy fan.
I can't wait to hey. And now your starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mason Rudolph. That's gonna hit like a drug that was big in the 80s. I can't wait.
They still sell the soda for people
I
who don't
can't
understand.
wait. I can't wait to
For
hear
people
that.
who don't understand.
Can't wait to hear
Your
that.
team knew that in the 80s and the 90s.
Oh, hey, both of them. The Steelers.
I was about to say
did too.
both of them. I don't know why y'all keep
Steelers
trying. Look, y'all keep letting the Steelers slide with that. They love drinking that soda. Some good soda back then.
Yeah,
Took the
funny.
stuff out of there, and now it's all caffeine. All right, y'all. All right, Carl.
I can't wait to hear the Tomlinisms behind Mason Rudolph being trash and we don't have a quarterback. I have a Lamar Jackson for the 18th year. Like, come on, bro.
Well, you had a chance to draft Shadir Sanders at 21.
Oh, I
Every
can't wait.
time they-
Imagine when they start saying that about the Browns. I'm like, oh, y'all got Shadur Sanders. I'm like, ooh.
Could have drafted Lamar.
Could have had him too. Well, make sure y'all tune in to CTC. Carl, have fun with your Tigers. I mean, it is a marathon, but you're winning it right now. So have your fun.
Sounding
We'll
Bro,
see you
y'all
next time.
already done fell out in the back, bro. Trust me.
You seen your team win the championship?
Bro, I didn't even see y'all win a championship. I wasn't watching baseball then. It doesn't matter to me.
So why you doing that? Why you doing that now?
Have a tweet. Look, no funny. I have a tweet when y'all won saying that DC fans only care about this championship because the Commanders suck.
Yeah.
That was them.
That's a
I
fact.
cared
though.
about it. I cared about it because the Cowboys suck.
And the Mystics won that year too. So yeah.
Mystics,
Right.
Caps won.
Look,
I obviously didn't call them
about to win
Commanders.
again.
I called them the Redskins at the time because it was 2019. But that was because I was like,
They might get the
I don't
name
care
back. They
about
going
baseball
back.
for real.
All right,
I didn't. But
Yeah,
they're not going back. I want to say no.
Oh, the
Don't
name.
say no.
Oh, I was about to
They're
say they
not
got the
going
building.
back.
In there.
Yeah, we keeping it Commanders.
They got the blue.
We going back to RK though.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
About to be traffic. I better be careful.
Yeah. Two of y'all.
I don't be in the
I gotta
city. I'm
change my
straight.
background.
It's about to be traffic. Like
I gotta change my background. But
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
Carl, man. We'll see you next time, man.
See y'all boys.
All
That's
right.
good.
You still there? I want to say something.